Long before the name Nigeria existed, West Africa was a tapestry of powerful kingdoms, bustling trade routes, and hundreds of distinct cultures and languages. In the north, the Sokoto Caliphate, founded in 1804 by Usman Dan Fodio, united various Hausa states under a vast Islamic empire. To the west, the Yoruba kingdoms, especially Oyo and Ife, flourished with sophisticated governance, art, and military traditions, while cities like Ibadan and Abeokuta thrived as hubs of commerce and politics. In the east, the Igbo lived in autonomous communities, valuing individual freedom and village democracy, guided by councils of elders and revered deities. In the oil-rich Niger Delta, kingdoms such as Boni and Opobo rose and fell, their fortunes tied to trade in palm oil, ivory, and earlier slaves. The Benin Empire, renowned for its bureaucracy and bronze artistry, had traded with the Portuguese and later the British. These societies were far from primitive. Now they were complex and dynamic. European contact began in the 15th century with the Portuguese, followed by the British, Dutch, and French. Initially, trade, especially the transatlantic slave trade, dominated relations, devastating the region until abolition in the 19th century. Afterwards, Britain shifted to economic and territorial control, justifying its actions as civilizing Africa. By the mid-1800s, the British used treaties, often signed under pressure, and military force to seize control of key areas. In 1861, Lagos, a major Yoruba port, was annexed and made a British colony. From there, the British expanded inland, using the Royal Niger Company to claim territory and monopolize trade. Granted a royal charter in 1886, the company acted as a de facto government, levying taxes, signing treaties, and enforcing British interests. Eventually, the British government took direct control, forming the Northern and Southern Protectorates. The 1884-85 Berlin Conference, where European powers divided Africa with little regard for its peoples, saw Nigeria carved out on European maps before it existed as a political entity. The British secured their claim, accelerating formal colonization. Administering such a vast, diverse land proved difficult and expensive. In the north, indirect rule through Islamic emirs worked efficiently, but in the south, especially among the decentralized Igbo, British rule faced resistance and required constant intervention. Lord Frederick Lugard, a British colonial administrator, sought to make governance cheaper by amalgamating the northern and southern protectorates with Lagos colony. On January 1, 1914, without consulting the local people, the British declared the creation of the colony and protectorate of Nigeria. The name Nigeria was coined by British journalist Flora Shaw, later Lady Lugard, as a shorthand for the lands around the Niger River. This amalgamation was one of convenience, not unity. The North and South remained vastly different in culture, religion, and politics. The British maintained indirect rule in the North, while the South was governed more directly. Economically, the regions were not integrated. Northern revenues were supplemented by the richer South, and policies served British interests. Despite colonial control, resistance persisted, from the Ekumeku movement among the Anioma Igbo to Yoruba resistance led by Ogedengbe and armed confrontations in the Middle Belt. Over time, a Western-educated elite emerged, especially in Lagos and southern cities, increasingly vocal about governance, rights, and identity. Nigeria's nationalist movement grew through organizations like the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, Nigerian Youth Movement, NYM, National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC, and the Action Group, AG, all pushing for reform and independence. Leaders such as Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, Ahmadu Bello, and Tafawa Balewa offered new visions for the country's future. World War II accelerated change. Many Nigerians served in the British Army and returned home more politically conscious and eager for self-rule. The 1940s and 1950s saw rapid political activity and constitutional reforms, gradually granting Nigerians more autonomy. Despite mounting ethnic and regional tensions, the call for independence became unstoppable. In 1960, Nigeria gained independence with Queen Elizabeth II as ceremonial head of state. The new nation inherited colonial boundaries, deep divisions, and a fragile unity. Post-independence years tested this unity through civil war, coups, ethnic strife, and struggles over oil and power. Yet, the story of Nigeria's formation remains one of resilience and complexity. A land shaped by ancient traditions and foreign ambitions, of peoples brought together not by choice, but by history, and of a country still navigating what it means to be united in diversity. Nigeria was born of collision between empires, cultures, and visions of nationhood.